What's going on, everybody? So today we have the new update dropping. Later today, I'll have all the warband stuff out. I have to go ahead and get my warband together and actually do the content together so no one misses out. Even I have to go ahead and use some time to go ahead and get everyone together. It is a process, but as far as I know, you can go ahead and do it solo if you wish, and then go ahead and do the defense mode later on. But I wanted to make sure everyone gets a piece of it. Regardless, behind me, you'll see the new Silent Monastery dungeon. And I'm going to talk about this as well as set item information. And it has completely changed set items. So I really hope you all get this information, which we'll go over in just a moment. First, I want to mention that the Silent Monastery dungeon is a really well piece of content here, really well crafted piece of content. And the reason for that is, I mean, it's just super fun. Like the mob density is super high. You can actually get kill streaks in the dungeon. You can see behind me, the XP isn't bad. The dungeon flows well. The aesthetics are cool. The storyline's cool. For those of you that actually listened to the storyline, I actually thought it was pretty cool because I actually did listen to the storyline. But this whole piece of content is actually really well done and really fun. It's a definite super interesting piece of content to go out and run after you've been running dungeons for the entire time previous, and it's just really nice to shake things up. Keep in mind that Silent Monastery is boosted, so if you do want to run this dungeon, you're absolutely free to for the set items. However, what I want to talk about is there's not just the new set pieces in here. It's actually just completely scrambled. So if I just hop back over to the game here, we can see, if I check out my set items here, you'll notice that there is a huge difference in the location on which certain set items actually are. For example, if I pulled up my master sheet here, this is the previous set and their location. So the first one says the gloves for Grace was in Pit of Anguish. If I look at Pit of Anguish here, gloves, that would have been Mount Banks previously. However, it is completely changed now. So we'll have to update all these sheets. Some of them still remain the same, like the boots previously were found in Mad King's Breach, and they still are. But things like the open gut here, you could see it's actually in the Silent Monastery. So you're going to have to farm the Silent Monastery, especially since all the set item locations have changed. Things like double rings in Temple of Namari for Grace set is kind of interesting. If I just look at Shal Boss here, I'm not sure how much all of these set pieces have changed, but you can see there's actually a neck piece of Shal Boss in the Silent Monastery, and then some other pieces there. We have the Feasting Baron set. I'm not sure, again, if there is any in the Silent Monastery. Looks like there's not. But the basic premise here is that all the set items have slightly changed in location. So if you want to go ahead and look for certain set pieces, be sure to not look at any previously made content because it could be wrong. You could be looking for a set piece that's completely different than the one you're looking for. And so you should be looking in this menu. This is the most accurate updated menu. Hopefully in the next couple days, I will release an updated version of my tool. That way you guys can just copy it. Again, it's just something that I use personally to update my own tracking of certain set items. And I'll go ahead and release it just for you all if you're interested in it. That way you can keep track of the new set drops and their locations in them. But overall, this is the new location for the set, the new dungeon rather, in the Mount Zivane area, and it's actually really interesting. So just a brief update video on the update and how I'm experiencing it. I actually think this is really fun, the new dungeon and the new content in it. I'm excited to see the warband stuff myself. Again, if you want to check that out, be sure to stay tuned for later today. I believe we're going to start doing it in about an hour or so. So if you want to check that out, I'll have an update, maybe about an hour after that. So maybe 2 to 3 hours after this video drops, you might see us doing the new warband content. So if you want to check that out, be sure to sub, like the video, and I'll see you then. Thank you for watching.